the past 3 or 4 seasons, this particular race has been the Henny versus Sorrel show. This year, there's a couple of other drivers that have come in to play in the Legends of the 9 Hour production cars. This is the big bangers of the Passion for Speed Festival, and we are going to see some incredible racing. Look out for Jonathan du Toit and Marc du Toit, the birthday boy, of course, here this weekend. But keep an eye out on Paolo Cavalieri in the big Galaxy, who leads things out now for race number 1. As they come down into G&H Transport Corner, it's time to go racing.
Just take a look at this starting grid. Absolutely awesome to see all these cars on the line. The Legends of the 9 Hour, and a great sound as they go down into turn 1.
And the big V8's going to be hassled by some of the smaller cars. Look at Denzel Barner all the way from Zimbabwe already into 6th place as Jonathan du Toit hits the front in the Black Widow. Paolo Cavalieri on his tail, and Sorrel van der Merwe makes it his 50th year of racing here at Zwartkops in that big Galaxy. 50 years ago, he started racing at the original Zwartkops circuit in a DKW. That'll fit in the boot of that car, bud.
Can you believe he's still out there and doing some incredible lap times in these cars around the circuit? Nice to see all the big old gunners back at the track.
And the under 2 litre class in the background there being led out at this stage by Colin Ritchie. Trevor Tuck's there too, but have a look at the interesting stuff that's happening at the front end here. All of a sudden you've got an Alpha thrown into the mix and looking pretty dangerous as we go on board, heading to the top of the hill. This is Marc du Toit's point of view, and those first 3 cars are very evenly matched. The SKF Legends of the 9 Hour are in full flight up at the top, passing Zoc. And speaking of passing, there's not much passing happening right now. This is Sorrel van der Merwe's point of view, headed down through the left-hand sweep and down towards G&H Transport Corner. Keep an eye on the left-hand side. Here comes Henny Groenewald, side by side with Henny G and Supervan.
Well, those cars are very heavy, so they've got to get on the brakes a little earlier down there into that very tight left-hander onto the main straight, and you can see how they're fighting the cars. Not the under 2 litres, though. They get through there full taps.
Now, Richie leading out with Larry Davies on his tail and Trevor Tuck in 3rd. Just behind them, it's the second of those Mini Coopers. Stuart Gregg in full flight too, trying to close in. So it's a Mini and Alpha sandwich at the front of the under 2 litres, and Richie's actually starting to get away. A great bit of driving there from Colin Ritchie as he starts to open up. There's Strippy looking for opportunities, and 1-2-2, of course, is Alan Poulter. Poulter doing a great job in the Volvo. Whoa, we got problems! Looks like Mary Poppins might be at the circuit. It is an older type race day, and I think that might have to bring out a safety car. You can't have an umbrella flying across the circuit. It was extremely windy, and now the action is starting to feel it big time. Here we are on board with Henny G. Up towards Sassel Corner, and there's massive pressure being applied here. 4x4 they're going into. Yeah, look at that. It's incredible stuff. Oh, a little bit of rubbings racing there. Cavalieri is starting to rub the back end of that red Galaxy of Sorrel van der Merwe. Van der Merwe just soaking up the pressure. Groenewald runs a little bit wide, opens up an opportunity for Sorrel as they come through the left-hander. Headed down the hill now. Look how close it is between these guys. Oh, Groenewald's went sideways. There's a bit of a gap. Oh, check this out. Cavalieri's on the inside. That is the move of the century. Oh, and he just gets rubbed wide and onto the grass. Oh, awesome stuff.
Well, Sorrel van der Merwe using rally reflexes there to get out of the way, and still back on track. Like you said, that race for second is massive as Marc du Toit trying to get in the action. Look at that foot flat, and somehow that car stays on track.
Groenewald's got a problem putting his hand up there, so I think Henny Groenewald might be out of this as well. So Sorrel van der Merwe now going to fight the big Biscayne of Marc du Toit to try and take things out. Whoa, on the inside. Richie's also feeling the pressure. He's now got Trevor Tuck on his outside. They are side by side, heading into Speed and Sound Sweep. Alan Poulter looking for opportunities. Can he find a way through? It's not going to be easy. Checkered flag is about to come out for the Black Widow, and Jonathan du Toit is going to take the victory, but there's a possibility he might have had a jump start. So let's keep an eye on that one. I think it has been awarded to him, which means Sorrel van der Merwe, Supervan, wins out over Marc du Toit. Denzel Barner from Zimbabwe in the Ford Anglia in 3rd place. Beating out Jeroen van der Heerfel in the Ford Galaxy with his 2 countrymen in 5th and 6th, and Trevor Tuck winning the under 2 litres.
Let's catch up with Sorrel van der Merwe.
The cars are very evenly matched, and I trust being on his outside, and he obviously trusts being on my outside, so we get along with that. Paolo's car is quicker, so I think we frustrated the hell out of him because he couldn't get through with those 2 massive cars ahead of him. And in the end, he bumped both of us, but I believe he did more damage to his own car than he did to ours.
Henny Groenewald chatting about his idol, Sorrel van der Merwe.
Growing up, he was an idol for so many of us. He's won so many championships in different forms of motorsport. I think the last 10 or 15 years, I've got the opportunities to race against him, and it's fascinating, especially today, to see at his older age how competitive he still is. And I think in our first meetings on the track with historic races, things didn't go well, but I think we've learned each other's skills on the track that we could actually get away with not bumping each other too often and come away with a clean event.
They line up once again for the final time here. Swartkorp's lights go out. No jump start this time. And Cavalieri's disappearing at the front end. Sarel van der Merwe in second place. And looks like problems there for the Black Widow. Yes, the boot's open. Wow, there's not enough downforce on that car. John, I thought I'll just add a little bit of downforce and pop the boot open.
Paolo Cavalieri up in the front in the car 104. Great start from him as our under 2 litres get underway, and 4 or 5 abreast going into turn 2.
Led out by Cabrita and Strippi as they go through Renexcon corner and start to push their way towards Speed and Sound. Incredible driving up from Cavalieri as he starts to open up a little bit of a margin on Sarel van der Merwe. He doesn't want any more battle scars. There's enough damage to all those cars as it is, and they've all got to go to Cape Town still. Henny Groenewald hard at the wheel.
One thing that's for sure here is these guys might have been racing many years ago, but they've lost none of their talent. We watch one of the younger guys, though, at the forefront of his career, Henny Groenewald.
Yeah, look at that Hirschbox working so hard as he went up into Sassel corner. Van is closing on Cavalieri. Look how hard he's working as well. This is just over the shoulder of Sarel van der Merwe through the left-hand sweep and headed down towards G&H Transport corner.
Well, one thing's for sure, you have to know how to control a car with a little bit of oversteer. Plenty of power in these cars, and the back end all over the place.
Just in the background, behind this little battle for first, second, and third, of course, comes Jonathan du Toit. That boot is not phasing him whatsoever. Unfortunately, Denzel Barner not getting the same kind of start as we did in the first race, so he's now fighting in amongst the Dutchmen for about 6th, 7th, and 8th on track.
Colin Ritchie there in that little Mini. It looks great to see that car on track. So many championships from these cars. And up the inside, you can put that Mini where you like it. It's going to hold the line.
Stuart Craig actually leading things out, though, and running a bit wide. Wow, well held there. Gets back on track for an ex-con. Carl Pino under pressure from Ritchie. It's going to be Minis 1 and 2 in the under 2 litres. Pino doesn't have an answer in the Lotus Cortina. Just managing to tuck in ahead of Strippy, but here we go. Wow, it's side by side we were talking about. There's 2x2 into turn 6, and here they go.
Well, absolutely no respect there, Henny Groenewald to the legend on the outside, but Sarel's not going to give an inch as well and gets the inside as he goes down towards G&H Transport corner. This one he's got the right line for.
Incredible stuff here. Coming up on the inside, Groenewald going to look to take on Sarel yet again. He will get sideways as he always does and manages to just keep out Densham in the Alpha. Can you believe that little Alpha running alongside the Black Widow of Du Toit?
There we go. We talk about body roll, but somehow those cars stay on track. Takes a lot of skill to get these cars around the track as quick as they are. And Sarel van der Merwe knows all about this sort of power. Henny Groenewald, nice line up the inside. Can he get the drive?
Got to try and get the power down in the straight line. Not the easiest thing to do. A little bit further back there, you can see Harm van Putten having an absolute whale of a time out there, all on his own, just ahead of the 2 Heelys. And the Heely's actually been closed down now. That, of course, is Ritchie, and he has made his way up to the front end of this field. He's got away from the under 2 litre class.
Well, SKF, the sponsors of this, legends of the 9 hour, and look at the action as Henny Groenewald tries to go around the outside. Different position this time as they make their way towards the checkered flag.
You won't get better value for money than what you're getting right now for SKF. Unfortunately, Cavalieri getting away at the front end of the field, but also caught out, like we saw in race number 1 with a jump start. And now to the line. Is it going to be Groenewald or Van? Van is going to take it across the line by 1/100th of a second, beating Henny G to the line. Jonathan du Toit on his tail and Densham in the Alpha. Wow, incredibly, Barner got through in the Anglia, beating Trevor Tuck, who'd been bumped up to Class ZB, and under 2 litres, just out of the top 10, went to Colin Ritchie. Paolo Cavalieri, of course, race 2 winner, but a jump start for him.
So I think it was a crowd pleaser, but quite a frustrating race for me, and so I was very pleased to show them how fast our car can actually go today, although I had to tap off halfway through because we had a massive misfire. So I'm sure that I might have got to lap them eventually, actually.
Henny G kept it going all day.
When I got to the front eventually, I couldn't really get away, and he was back at me straight away. So it ended up all the way to the line, but good for Sarel. I think to come here every year and just to prove he's still got the ability is really incredible. Yeah.
Sarel, you sucked it to them.
It was one of the most enjoyable days, you know. We had a hell of a dice with Henny in the first heat and the second heat. And you're on the outside of the guy and the inside of the guy, and you need a lot of respect and trust.
And there's a lot of that between those two drivers. Incredible stuff yet again between Sarel van der Merwe and Henny Groenewald. If you haven't got it in your diaries yet, make sure you've got it in for 2017, because the 20th anniversary of this event and the 16th running of the Passion for Speed Festival is going to be phenomenal.